Hey, Dustin Rose here behind the Audix SCX25A microphone and a Rattlesnake XLR cable. And today we are here with a beautiful Martin D-41. This is one of the Cadillacs, I guess, of the Martin line. It's up there in the 40 series. What we have here is a Dreadnought, and it's one of the bigger sizes of Martin's line. It's one of the louder body styles that is out there, the Dreadnought. We have, being a 41 means that it is rosewood back and sides and Sitka spruce top. It being a D-41, it has higher grade top wood and backwoods. They grade at Martin by sight, so it's kind of one of those looking at it and saying, okay, this is a such and such grade. So it's an upper end grade than the 20s and 30s series. And it's got the open back tuners. These are Schallers. They're called Grand Tuners, made by Schaller in Germany. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful guitar. It's mahogany neck. And this is actually part of the Reimagined 2018 series, that line that they came out with, which was the Reimagined. They took the standard series, spruced it up a little bit, and gave it some of the modern appointments that people had been asking for in the custom shop, and they gave it to them in the standard series as the Reimagined series. And the cool thing that I like about this particular model, as opposed to the model that was right before this at the D-41, that's like the Reimagined 2018 models. I like this one because it's got scalloped braces that are forward shifted, which means that the X brace that comes down like this, it is scalloped, which means that it's shaved off at the ends to make it thinner so that the top can vibrate more, and it's scooted forward. Okay, and so I really like that. I think it gives it a little bit different sound, a little more retro sound. And it makes the guitar sing. And this guitar is just, it's hard to explain the D-41 or the D-42 or 45. They're just a cut above, and aesthetically they look pleasing. They sound amazing. I don't know if there's something that they do to these that just make them that much better. I hear something a little bit different when I listen to the 40 series. Now, every guitar is a little bit different, and it could just be that a little bit more attention was paid to the 40 series that makes it slightly more consistent, and maybe not as much time has been spent on the 28 or the 35s that makes them slightly less consistent. At any rate, what I hear when I play this guitar is I hear a very, very good processed. Now, the rosewood is interesting because the rosewood, to my ear, makes it sound a little bit processed and a little bit like it's got some natural reverb on it. I tend to think of reverb as like a wet sound, so it sounds a little bit wetter, whereas mahogany and maybe maple and a little bit maybe in the myrtlewood section there, when you have myrtlewood or mahogany or maple back and sides, they tend to be a little bit more dry, which means that it doesn't get that natural reverb process that comes out. Now, this is generalizations, and it's what I hear. You probably hear maybe something different. I don't know. But when I hear a good rosewood guitar, it just takes the sound and makes it, gives it a complexity of overtones and harmonics and stuff that comes out of the guitar that just makes it very pleasing to my ears. Now, all different tone woods have different things that they do, different attributes that they do to the sound that makes them sound awesome to different applications and stuff like that. But that's what I hear when I hear a really good rosewood, especially Brazilian rosewood. This is not a Brazilian rosewood. This is an East Indian rosewood, but a Brazilian rosewood just processes the sound and gives it that natural reverb and complexity of the sound that just is pleasing to my ears. And when I hear the sound coming out of this D-41, it has a very well-processed, natural, pleasing sound to my ears. Now, it might not be for everybody's cup of tea. Some people might want mahogany. Some people might want maple, myrtlewood. You know, there's all different types of different back and side woods. that you can, you know, you can get out there. So it's all different perspectives, but that's what I really hear when I hear this guitar. Is I hear a really nice, rich, complex, uh, uh, natural reverb type of sound. So I'm gonna play it a little bit, see what you guys think about it, and then I'll give you some ideas of who this guitar might be good for, which in my opinion is probably everybody who can afford it. But I'll at least give you guys an idea of what it sounds like. So here you go. Well, as you can tell, this guitar is clear and sweet sounding, and has a lot of that rich overtones, rich complexity of the sound. But who would this be a good option for? That's a good question. So the Martin D series has a big burly sound. It's a big sound. If you are looking for a bluegrass banjo busting, just a huge cannon of a guitar, the Dreadnought is for you. If you're looking for something that's more bass heavy, the D-35 tends to be that. The D-28 is kind of the same version of this, just a little bit lower trim, fewer options when it comes to the aesthetic stuff, and the grading of the top is a little bit lower, but again, it's all visual. It's graded visually at Martin. But I think if you're looking for something that's a good all-around guitar, the D series is more of a strum heavy, a big strum heavy type of model. But with that said, when you get into the 40 series, I don't know what it is about it, but to my ears, the 40 series, meaning the D-41, the D-42, and the D-45, open up a little bit more versatility within the guitar player options, the options that the guitar player has. So if you're looking for something that's articulate and finger picking, I would not ordinarily say get a Dreadnought, get a Martin D, because they're big and they're loud and they're not meant to be a sweet, intimate sounding instrument. They're designed to be big and bold and strong and loud. However, with that said, the D40 series seems to be a different beast to my ears. Now, I'm probably wrong. Some of you might hear it differently, but I hear a guitar that's more versatile, that can get those loud, rambunctious, and boisterous and majestic sounding sounds that you need, but it also, I think I hear more sweetness and delicate sounds in it as well. And I'm not sure why that is, because they're supposed to be basically the same thing. The D41 should be the same as the D28 in theory, but to my ears, I hear something different. I hear something that's a little bit more intimate sounding, that you could get quiet, you can get a low dynamic range, you can get a high dynamic range, and everything in between. You can get very expressive with the 40 series. So I'm probably wrong, but from what I can hear and from my experience with this guitar and with other D40 series, is that they're slightly more versatile than the other Dreadnoughts that Martin offers. I would recommend for this guitar, I would recommend people who need a guitar that's versatile, that's an all-around guitar, that's a showstopper. If you've got $4,000, $4,500, $5,000 or more, start looking at the 40 series Martin, because they started around $4.5, and they go up to a lot more than that. So I would look at those and see if it's something that might work for you, because if you're going to go for one guitar and you want it to be very versatile, like you're going to go to a gig and you're going to do one guitar, this might be a good option for you, because it can get the intimate, sweet sounds of finger picking and that kind of thing. It can also do the banjo busting, loud freight train sound that you might want, and you could solo with it, you can finger pick with it, you could strum heavy with it, you could strum light with it. It responds to whatever you give it. So I highly recommend this guitar. It's kind of one of the Cadillacs of Martin's line, the 40 series. The other thing is, it feels amazing. The action of this, they really did spruce up the action in the Reimagined series. I really like the way it's like butter. It feels like butter. It's so smooth and so silky and easy to play. I just can't say enough amazing things about this guitar. This is Dustin Rose, and if you like what you heard, please subscribe to my channel and like this. Give it a thumbs up and let me know that you like it. And also, if you disagree with me, if you have anything that you're wanting to start a discussion, put a comment down there. Let's start this musical discussion. Let's talk about these guitars. Let's see what we think. If you'd like to check out more about myself, I'm working on an album that's just about done, and it'll be out soon. Check out my website at dustinrose.com, and I appreciate you coming here and participating in this musical conversation with me, and I hope you guys all have a great week. God bless.